changeup as well. So just really good stuff coming out of the hand of Annalyn Clark. You see that excitement. So fun to watch.
And this North Carolina team was kind of put in a tough situation to start, Amanda, because of weather. They were supposed to open up on Sunday, and that game wasn't able to be played because of all the rain that we had. So they ended up playing 2 games Monday. Did not throw Annalyn Clark in the first game against Canada. Saved her for Texas, and it paid off.
Yeah. Well, I feel like you really got to see the depth of this North Carolina team. We talked about the depth of their offense, but also has the depth of their pitching staff and finding different ways to win, because in the same day, they had a run rule win 16-4 versus Canada, and then a 2-1 close game that they edged out over Texas. So it was all happening in one day here at the World Series, but Annalyn Clark pitched in that close one against Texas.
That Texas-North Carolina game, Michelle, was one of the best games we've had.
Avery Cox, ace in the circle for Texas up against Clark. It was a pitcher's duel. It was a very fun game to watch. And it'll be interesting here also for Clark, because this is a Florida team that's only struck out 4 times so far in this tournament. Already Clark, though, first out via the strikeout.
And Avery Little is going to take her base. So a strikeout followed by a walk as Avery Little reaches via the free pass.
14, the second baseman,
we mentioned that this Florida team out of Lake Mary Little League made it here last year, but the roster very different except for one player, and that's Bryn Fieser, who is coming up to the plate right now. Last year, her dad Brent was an assistant, and now he is the manager of this Little League team. So they leaned on Bryn.
Let's go, battle. Hey, see it down.
There's her dad, Brent. They leaned on Bryn to give her new teammates advice about all the things that you experience here at the World Series, which is a lot.
It's a very busy week here for the Little Leaguers. It's filled with all kinds of things. I mean, things that they probably didn't, a lot of surprises they didn't even imagine that they were going to get while they were here.
It's a little bit of code word for potentially distractions.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a big environment, and all these things, you don't know what you don't know, and it's hard to stay focused sometimes.
Florida seemed to handle it very well.
And noticing Annalyn Clark, Michelle, it's that up pitch that she doesn't actually throw a rise ball,
right.
You're told by her head coach, but she does have a natural rise to some of her pitches. It gets a lot of swings and misses. And freezing a hitter there, a little backdoor action to it right at the knee, so going up and didn't get her to chase all but once, and she showed patience on it. Looks like a little backdoor curveball.
Yeah, you can see the way she's outside her hip there. You're right, Amanda, it looks like it's got that little bit of spin, a little different than that upward, and of course followed by the smile. Clark getting it done, 2 strikeouts so far.
We'll have a courtesy runner over at first base. Avery Little is the catcher, so you can courtesy run for the catcher or the pitcher. So the last recorded out, which was Brent Fieser, who just struck out, will take her spot. And Callie Ousley steps up to the plate, the third baseman. Runner going. Kinsley Godwin tried to get it there quickly. Kato Rizzoli had to come over from second to make the grab.
With all the offense that we've seen, stolen bases have definitely been a part of the offense. We have seen a lot of swiped bags, putting pressure on these catchers, and to make a good throw.
That was the 8th stolen base for this Florida team.
Hey, expand the zone. See it down, though. See it down. Let's go, kid.
but both teams have only made just one error in the 2 games that they've played. So they've had strong defenses back behind their strong pitching performances. Offense has definitely gotten a lot of the highlights and the glitz and the glamour, but they have pretty solid pitching and defense as well.
And this Florida team hasn't allowed a run yet. Catarazzoli leaning out for it is Callie Ousley at third.
And Chloe Cheek has just pitched 4 innings so far in the World Series. They've gotten action from Fieser and Tolan as well, but Cheek has really good arm speed, can drop that changeup down in the zone, can float a little bit up as well. Look at that change of speeds on the inside corner, gets chases up in the zone. But Michelle, that changeup has been looking good in the World Series.
Yeah, when she's throwing the ball 57, 58 miles an hour and then drops it into the low 40s, low 50s, excuse me, high 40s, low 50s. It's really good differential.
And Parker Mortensen playing in left field today. Yeah, both teams, it's kind of similar. It's crazy how similar these teams are. They both have great offenses. They both have pitching staffs, which is not always the case when you get here. Sometimes, I mean, a lot of times we see a team ride one arm to the championship.
Which, as long as you stay in the winner's bracket and you don't go extra innings, you can ride that one arm.
Ben Catarazzoli is the manager of this North Carolina Little League team. His daughter Sophie at the plate. Oh, this is Parker Mortensen at the plate. Brent Fieser crashing on the ball, 2 down.
That's a nice play for Fieser having to come in on that. It's a slow developing play. It looks like it could be trouble, but well defended.
The thing about North Carolina too, watching them get down the line, Michelle, they have really good foot speed down the line. So defense for Florida is going to have to feel like they're going to have to play perfect and be quick to make their throws to first base.
North Carolina, too, told us if they can get on, they feel really good about their base running. Kinsley Godwin.
Well, and Courtney, to your point, and we've heard a lot of coaches here talk about how important speed is and that they're not afraid to push the envelope. They're not afraid to run, challenge the other defense.
Godwin pops way high up. It's going to go back over the stands. And we've seen it pay off when you are aggressive, puts pressure on that defense and forces them into some errors. It's happened numerous times this week.
Well, that's the name of the game, especially when you're going up against really good pitching, right? You've got to find some way to crack it.
Carissa Edgehill is leading off this inning for Florida. Annalyn Clark struck out 3 in that first inning, walked 1. Remember, she's coming off an 11 strikeout performance. Oh, man, that would have been our 3rd home run this week. Just bring it over a little bit.
Just a little, ooh, that's close. Showing off her power, a little pop.
With that, Carissa.
We're just a few batters in, 5 batters in, and Annalyn Clark already has 4 strikeouts.
She has been filling up that zone with a lot of good velocity, a lot of late sharp movement.
Annalyn Clark, by the way, has thrown exactly 5 pitches to every batter.
And 5 first pitch strikes.
Efficient.
Oh, wow. Her mom has now gone down the first baseline. We're going to keep a track on her.
Mom does not like the spotlight or the camera. I barely even had a conversation with her pregame because she tried to lie and say that she wasn't her mom. So when we did that hit, she saw that the camera was by her, so she's just kept moving.
That's really fun. You though, we're gonna find you. So many cameras here.
Well, we have 18 cameras here, so. That's so funny.
Mike Griffin, our director, he's definitely going to find her.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where he's hunting her.
It's a 2-2 right now to Kylie Green as Annalyn Clark's mom watches from somewhere.
Wow.
Look at her cook.
Man, Amanda, that curveball on both sides of the plate. She's been thrown out on the inner half, underneath the hands, on the outer half. This one, just really good movement. It's right over the white. Florida is aggressive, good cuts on it. They're just not catching up to it. Mom approved.
Well, and, you know, when you look at her velocity that she's throwing, 56, 57, but which is a very good velocity for this age. But we've seen pitchers here throw 60 plus. My point being, it feels like she's throwing harder. She throws a very heavy ball. These hitters are making late decisions. You can just tell that there's something deceptive about what she's doing right now, because it feels much harder to me based on their swings than 56 miles an hour.
Yeah, and she's long. She gets out to the edge of the circle, which is a big part of it, so the ball has less distance to travel. And those little things make a big difference.
She is crisp today, you guys. She looks fresh. She looks relaxed, loose. I mean, everything she's doing right now says that she is comfortable and confident in the circle.
It was watching the AUSL Pro game last night. We saw her there at the field watching the pros. Now she looks like one.
She actually did an interview right next to Avery Little with Anna Camden, who our reporter was last night. So they got to know each other a little bit last night. Anna Camden sat in between them, and there was Anna Clark on her left and Avery Little on her right. And they did an interview together, kind of previewing this game.
Love it.
We'll keep an eye on how that goes when they face each other. Avery Little walked in her first at-bat, so she got the best of Anna in that first AB.
But no one else has. Call her a gamer, a true ace for this Florida Little League team, and they're going to need her in what feels like a pitcher's duel that's brewing right now. Annalyn Clark just struck out the side for Team North Carolina, and Chloe Cheek back to work for the second inning in this game. 3, 4, and 5 hitters for North Carolina due up, starting with Chloe Braddock. Her favorite athlete is Jordy Fromm. He's a two-way player for Oklahoma and Nebraska. Foul ball.
There's such a good crowd here for this North Carolina team. And, you know, they had to defeat Rowan County to get here. They're the two-time World Series champs. They beat them 6-0 to win the state championship game and got to be here and play in front of their home crowd at the World Series. And I always forget that they don't go to regionals because they win that state tournament. And by winning the state tournament, they get a chance to come here. But beating Rowan County, that is really impressive because they have been a permanent fixture here at the World Series.
Well, it was watching Rowan County and then the Pitt County Little League team from nearby in Winterville, North Carolina, that inspired this North Carolina group to get together and try to make it here. They started softball, this Johnston County Little League, back in 2023, so it's only been about 3 years that they've had softball in their Little League. One-two to Braddock. And drop third strike. Oh! Throw off the mark from Avery Little behind the plate, and Chloe Braddock will be on first.
Avery Little taps her chest and is like, nah, that's my bad. This is a changeup that kind of hops in front of her. You can see it goes down. Looks like she's got time, but the throw a little bit too far inside the line and in the dirt. North Carolina has their first runner on.
Oh, sorry, I forgot she fouled it off. Did she foul it off? Or did they drop it?
I think it was a drop. Swing and miss.
Okay,
drop,
I thought
drop.
so. Then a second guess myself. All right, first base runner of the day for North Carolina, Abby Robinson with the first pitch. Feaser's underneath it. You want to see some girls with game? Tune in to an exciting summer of softball. Visit littleleaguesoftball.org for great content, information about starting a softball league, and more. We've got a lot of girls with game. We've seen all ages out here watching these little leaguers, whether it's the pros with game or the youngest of fans.
When you're talking about starting up this Little League softball program, and it was Ben Catarizoli who started it on his own, and he actually had moved from Wisconsin, starting it up. His daughter Sophie Catarizoli was young growing up while he was coaching varsity baseball with the high school boys, and would be 2 or 3 years old hitting in the cages with those baseball boys.
Scarlett Serra, deep shot to center, is scooped by Kylie Green.
So she got to grow up around sports, and her dad being heavily invested in baseball, and then wanting to go to the softball side and start this Little League program, with her, of course, being at the forefront, their leadoff hitter and an awesome player for them.
I always love to hear the stories, how the parents get involved, how the players get involved.
What's made her effective today, guys?
Well, she's recorded every out via the strikeout, and she's just filled up the zone. I mean, it's impressive, right? A lot of swing and miss already.
Yeah, and Ben Catarizoli had told us coming into the World Series, she gets more swings and misses like nothing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
we didn't see it as much in the Texas game, but we saw that she had good stuff, right? But nothing like what she's doing here with the swings and misses that she's getting. We get it now with these swings and misses. This is awesome.
I mean, she did have 11 strikeouts against Texas.
Yeah, she did, but it just, I don't know, it just feels different today. When you no pitching and you're just watching her go, like the swings and misses and fooling these hitters, and they just look like they don't know what's coming.
Right now she is facing Florida's pitcher in Chloe Cheek.
And that's the pitch that Florida struggled with, the pitch up in the zone a little bit, trying to lay off that. Easier said than done.
I mean, she's doing this against a team, you guys, that was hitting .533 coming into this game.
And only 4 strikeouts.
Just 4 strikeouts. So it's just all these wow stats and moments, one after another, because of how good Florida's offense has been.
6 strikeouts in a row, Chris.
Courtney, what a performance. And she has someone watching literally on the other side of the world. Her sister Olivia is watching right now in Seoul, South Korea, where it is 2:43 a.m. on Friday. Olivia's over there for a postgraduate program, setting an early alarm. And for 7 strikeouts, this one was worth waking up early for.
That is so cool. Well, Annalyn Clark, by the way, is the first pitcher to record 6 straight strikeouts since 2022, when Ava Coward of Rowan County did it at the World Series.
Another North Carolina team.
Yep. Riley Tolan. She got a strikeout. Why was she tapping her chest?
2 strikes.
Maybe a little sweet.
She got the strike call, I mean.
Yeah.
And Riccio at shortstop.
That is the first ball put in play by these Florida hitters, and we are 9 hitters into the game. The only hitter that's reached has been via walk.
Parker-Gorandi. Clark, it's no surprise you can see what she's doing. Has become the workhorse of this North.
In our broadcast because of her athleticism, but yeah, her grandfather, Sidney Green, was also the 5th overall NBA draft pick and played 10 seasons in the NBA too. So this is an athletic family, top to bottom.
Maybe her gymnastics background helped her with that a little bit, some flexibility. I'd give it a 10.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Chloe Cheek's been working in the circle and using her defense behind her.
Wait, now that we're mentioning Jada Coleman, looking at her out there, just the way that she stands. Jada Coleman uses a bigger glove. She's left-handed as well. I mean, she really does look just like Jada Coleman.
That's awesome.
Not a bad one to emulate. Bell Cox in foul territory. Only one base runner today for this North Carolina team, and it was on a drop third strike, reaching on an error.
Jada Coleman, by the way, for anybody who didn't know, 4-time national champ at Oklahoma, is also on the U.S. national team. They just won gold at the International Cup, starting center fielder, likely, I would say, to be on the 2028 Olympic team, Michelle.
I would agree, yep. Extremely talented.
And it's been a huge week of softball the last couple of weeks with the International Cup. The U.S. had 2 teams competing there, the national team and then the U.S. elite team, which finished 3rd place. And, of course, the Little League Softball World Series.
Absolutely. The youngsters hoping to someday play for Team USA or in the AUSL.
Bell Cox is at the plate right now, and you'll never forget her nickname. It's Wild Bill because of a strong Southern accent that she has. Trying to go upstairs and chase that, and Chloe Cheek has a 2nd strikeout today.
Chloe Cheek has a little bit of upspin herself, and she's going to elevate this pitch. She gets Cox to swing right through it. The way she gets long. A good job of making Bell Cox swing at this pitch out of the zone. 2nd strikeout for Chloe Cheek.
Now the shortstop, Emma Riccio.
Michelle, I was so competitive when I was pitching against another good pitcher like Annalyn Clark. I could feel she was getting more strikeouts than me. You just are so competitive in every aspect of it. So if I'm Chloe Cheek, I'd be like, oh, I want to strike some more people out because she's doing it. It's a pitcher's duel, within the pitcher's duel of the game that, I don't know, you don't really talk about that much because maybe in college, you're not really going to talk about it or whatever, but you're feeling that in the circle and you want to be getting some more strikeouts too.
Yeah, it's a real thing. You measure yourself up against that other pitcher, and especially if you're a hitting pitcher, even in college, oh yeah, you are definitely, when you get in that box, you're like, I'm getting a hit.
Yes. So a couple of strikeouts for Chloe Cheek, but Annalyn Clark is piling him up right now. She's I probably want a few more strikeouts here, but she's doing a great job, just doing it in a different way, using her defense.
The game within the game.
Yes. Yes.
With the way that these two pitchers are working, though, you know that every little thing is going to be magnified. Like the defense for both sides is going to have to be clean in this game. The batters are going to have to adjust here and be smarter at the plate to make a difference in this game. You win today, you're going to the semifinal.
Yeah, we usually always say whoever makes the first mistake, and when you can feel it in a game like this, first mistake typically will have large impacts on the game, and who can also make those adjustments.
Mauricio high up in the air. Chloe Cheek 1-6. 2 down. Well, tonight it's Major League Baseball on ESPN as the Royals host the Twins at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Also streaming on the ESPN app. And Baseball Tonight begins at 7. All right, if you're looking at the strikeout count if you're a pitcher, what about pitcher facing the other pitcher? Like we've got right now with Annalyn Clark stepping in the box against Chloe Cheek.
Oh, yeah, that's what Michelle was kind of referencing a second ago, just briefly. Yeah. You want to get her out really bad. Yeah. You want to get everybody out, but pitching against the other pitcher definitely is a notch even above that, I think.
Yes.
And you really, it's not something you talk about, right? Like Michelle and I have never talked about that. I didn't talk about it with my other teammates. Like, oh, I want to get that other pitcher out in the duck. No. You just don't talk about it, but it's just an unsaid 100%. Internal competitiveness that you have.
Yeah, you don't have to say it because every pitcher is thinking it.
Yeah.
Annalyn Clark is taking a little different approach with how far up in the box she's getting against Chloe Cheek. She strides out. Her foot lands more toward that front line.
Hops to Brandon past the shortstop. And Annalyn Clark gets on. First hit of this game for North Carolina.
I think she might have been doing that maybe to pick up the changeup out of the hand. Chloe Cheek has been throwing that pitch a lot, maybe to recognize it earlier. Or sometimes you're just more comfortable in the front of the box versus the back of the box, and you love being there no matter what pitcher you're facing.
So Emma Riccio is going to be the courtesy runner. She was the last recorded out. And with 2 outs, you can courtesy run for the pitcher or the catcher. So can Carolina keep this 2-out rally going? Catherine Utek will try to do just that. Doesn't have a hit here yet through 2 games at the World Series, but did hit .333 in their state tournament.
Okay, wait, this is going to be a new one. Her superstition is eating shrimp and ice cream before games.
That is a very interesting combination.
Very interesting combination.
No, you got my bag.
And I have a lot of questions about it, frankly.
You don't know if that's still happening here, like when she's not on her home field.
Yeah.
How far in advance of the game are you eating this?
Right.
What if it's a 10 a.m. game?
A lot of planning.
Like, is it shrimp and grits and then ice cream?
Yeah.
Or, exactly. How's that working out?
Chloe Cheek ahead 0-2 with a runner on for the second time today.
Looks like Cheek took a little bit off that last pitch.
Runner advancing on the wild pitch.
And Utek even further up in the box. She had gotten on the plate her first couple pitches. And that last pitch was up even a little bit more. I wonder if they're just trying to catch that elevated pitch a little bit earlier before it continues to climb.
One, 2.
Good job by Avery Little behind the dish. Catcher keeping that ball in front. Locations.
And for these Florida hitters, if you're seeing continual misses underneath her pitches that are coming in, they're going to have to find a way to maybe raise their hands in their stance, keep their hands above the ball when these pitches are coming in, try to hit a ground ball, try to swing and miss on top of the pitches, and see if that can just even out their swing.
Annalyn Clark has to work from behind, but gets the strikeout anyway. Make it 9 today.
Well, it's her 9th of the day, and this is a sword swing, what we like to call it, when it's kind of a half swing like that. And you can just see the way that Clark gets underneath that pitch. She's got that backward rotation, so it gets up in the eye of the hitter. It's truly hard to lay off of. 9 strikeouts for Clark.
Aria Tormos, the bottom of the order for Team Florida. It was 2 for 2 against Italy on Monday with 2 runs scored and 2 RBI. Her favorite athlete is Aaron Judge.
On top of the lineup is going to be coming up after Tormos's at-bat is complete. And I can't wait to see what adjustments they make. I mean, in my mind, again, I'm thinking about trying to hit the top of the ball, almost swing down on some of these pitches just to put the ball in play and put some pressure on North Carolina's defense so that you don't have as many swings and misses.
Well, we already saw North Carolina making those adjustments in the batter's box, so it will be interesting to see what Florida does second time through.
Full count to back-to-back batters. And Tormos is going to call time. Only 1 base runner today for this Florida team. And they'll get a second, the second walk of the day issued by Annalyn Clark. And top of the order, Zoe Brandon with an opportunity to start making adjustments. Second time through seeing Annalyn Clark. Runner going.
Wow.
Got her! Kinsley Godwin from behind the plate.
Florida is trying to make something happen. You were talking about, Michelle, you have to try some different things, try something different. So they put Tormos at the top of the lineup up into motion, and Kinsley Godwin says, not so fast. Riccio with the tag hanging on to the ball, a hard slide going into second, and she still keeps the tag on her, plays it until the end. Kinsley Godwin, that was a cannon of a throw.
Wow. Hey, let's go do it too. He likes to shoot it between the 4 holes. All right, same game plan as last time up. All right, blow her away up and in, and then go work down and away. All right, let's go.
That's Ben Catarzoli, and you see that toothpick. He uses it to calm his nerves. He's got to have one for every game.
Gosh, you guys, that was such a big out because of who is, or where they are in their lineup right now. Who is at the top of the order coming up? Avery Little, who is unget-outable on deck.
I don't know huge out. Get outable.
Yeah, I know. That's
a new word. I'm going to use that. I'm gonna keep that in my
making up words day.
Dictionary.
Zoe Brandon just off the tip of the glove of Sophie Catarzoli, and that is the first hit for Florida.
Well, and Amanda, to your point, that would have scored a run. had they not thrown out the runner, that right there would have plated a run with a runner in scoring position. So that is a huge get. First hit, as you mentioned, for Brandon.
All right, second time through, Amanda. Avery Little and Annalyn Clark. They were talking. We saw them last night at the pro game, sitting together, talking. They did an interview together. Avery Little walked the first time up against Annalyn Clark. What does she do on take 2? She takes the first pitch to center.
Well, this is what you do too. You start to swing early in the count because against a strikeout pitcher, you don't want to have to hit with 2 strikes against him. So she decides to change speeds. Annalyn Clark does, knowing that she might be aggressive. But Avery Little, just a good piece of hitting, able to stick with that changeup and shoot it out to the outfield. And now look at the top of the lineup for Florida, getting it done with 2 on.
Avery Little 7 for 7 at the World Series.
Is that good?
That's real good. Any coach would take that.
Yeah, she was a hitting machine at regionals. I mean, she just has a great swing.
7 hits at regionals, a double, a triple, 4 RBI. Bryn Feeser with 2 outs, 2 on.
Definitely having some better swings off of the Annalyn Clark. And if you see how aggressive they're starting to be against her early in the count. So if I'm her, I would start to work these pitches more off the plate, a little bit more up, a little bit more down, a little bit more out, but just nothing too sweet out over the heart of the plate.
Yeah, absolutely, Amanda. You know, as a pitcher, we always like to say, you know, you're zigging when the opponent is zagging, and you have to pay attention to the different adjustments they're making, and then in the circle, you make the adjustment as well to try to combat or counteract what they're doing.
I would expand the zone up really high here. And you could see that Kinsley Godwin, actually, the catcher, was getting up out of her crouch. That was supposed to be, I think, a higher pitch, anticipating 2 strikes or an 0-2 count, well out of the zone. And Annalyn Clark just a little bit lower. That's a little bit too sweet. We'll see if she tries to go back there again.
And this is where you have to be careful as a strikeout pitcher, because sometimes you just are constantly thinking strikeout, strikeout. You get too close to the zone, you can get in trouble. That's a good waste pitch. And remember, it's not always, you know, a waste pitch. We like to say it's a setup pitch for something a little bit more competitive.
Florida did not have a hit until this inning, and now they have had back-to-back hits. Looking for the first runs of this ball game. Bryn Feeser can make something happen at the plate against Annalyn Clark, who has struck out 9.
And one thing about
There's been some dramatic moments in this game so far. Florida just had 2 on, an opportunity to jump ahead, but couldn't get it done. And these 2 pitchers, Chloe Cheek and Annalyn Clark, have been dealing. Cheek with 3 strikeouts, Annalyn Clark with 9. Chloe Cheek's defense has been really solid behind her. It'll be 12-13-1 due up for North Carolina. Little League Softball World Series, not an elimination day. Winner of this goes straight to the semifinals. The loser will play for its season tomorrow against Washington. Here's Campbell Swearingen, the center fielder.
It's a lot of people to play in front of for these athletes. You know, it's packed. Big crowd, packed house. This is the most eyes that have been on them when you include the eyes that are here and then the eyes that are watching on ESPN.
Yeah, they're from about 90 minutes down the road near Raleigh in Clayton, North Carolina. Won the North Carolina State Tournament, which automatically qualifies them for the World Series as the host state. And Campbell Swearingen at the plate is one of the 13-year-olds on this North Carolina team. And over 2 games for North Carolina, she has walked 4 times.
Done a great job of getting on base. And, you know, that's what it takes, especially in a game like this. It's not always about the base hits. It's about getting on, especially when you're the leadoff hitter in an inning.
1-2.
Campbell told us the best part of winning that state tournament to punch their ticket to the World Series was celebrating with a team trip to McDonald's after the game.
Awesome.
The celebration is always the key, right?
Yes.
It's usually like ice cream or some kind of special food, you know.
Absolutely. We always went to ice cream after ours.
Yeah. Drop third strike. Strikeout number 4 for Chloe Cheek. And Chris, Katie Straup up to the plate.
Yeah, she has some support here from the North Carolina Highway Patrol. That is her dad on the right, not in uniform. He's a first sergeant. Some people that he worked with decided to come. We're working. We're also cheering. Dad took the week off. He not on duty today, but pretty cool to see some members of the North Carolina Highway Patrol here in support.
That's so cool. And we saw the Greenville Fire Department helping out Team Canada, so the community is really getting in on this.
It's always great to see the support for these young ladies. They work very hard. It's not like they've just come together a month ago with their team. I mean, a lot of these clubs have started working since last year's tournament to have the dreams and hopes to be playing in this tournament this year.
Well, Katie on her questionnaire did tell us that her dad is her role model, and normally she wears number 99 in her travel ball and her Little League team because he wore 9 and she wanted to be twice as good as him. Oh, what a grab! Bryn Feeser! Lay out!
In a pitcher's duel, you have got to play great defense, make the routine plays, and also you got to make the great plays too. And that right there by Bryn Feeser is a great play. And I love Chloe Cheek cheering hard for her. That's also Bryn Feeser, who pitches on this team as well, an all-around athlete for Florida.
Her second World Series appearance. She was the only player from last year's team at Lake Mary that made it here to return this year. Top of the order for North Carolina for the second time as Sophie Catarazzoli hit one to the third baseman to start the game.
Is this around the time in the game that you guys start to get a little nervous like me? Or it's tight, or we only have a couple of innings left?
I mean, I've been there for an inning now.
It's the bottom of the 4th, and it's starting to hit me. Just 2 innings left in regulation.
Well, it's interesting you say that because my head's already going, okay, if we have to go extras, what are they going to do? What are the coaches going to do because of the pitching regulations? You know, do you stick with your ace? If you potentially have to play again tomorrow, they would not be available. So all those little things start to, you have to make these decisions innings in advance.
Yes. The moment you pitch 7 innings in a day, you have to have a calendar day of rest. That is a fair ball. We saw Florida's second time through the lineup start to get things going. Now it's North Carolina's turn. Catarazzoli with some action in her second AB.
Well, this ball just hit hard down the line. Nice effort to try to get this, but it's just slightly out of reach with the way that Callie is playing that third base position. So a little bit of spark here for North Carolina with 2 down in the bottom of the 4th.
Second hit today for this North Carolina team. They left a runner on second in the 3rd inning. Parker Mortensen.
And this is when North Carolina has a little bit of speed, too, with this Caterizoli, Mortensen combos. So we'll see if they decide to steal like Florida did. And Kingsley Godwin stepped up and had it caught stealing. But good speed at first base with Caterizoli.
And she had a couple of stolen bases in the state tournament.
Yeah, I think if Mortensen gets to 2 strikes, I'd probably look at running her in this situation here. Even if she is thrown out, it would give Mortensen the opportunity to hit again next inning if she is safe. Obviously puts her in scoring position.
0 balls, 2 strikes. Play.
Runner going. Manager Michelle on the call right there.
Well, you've got to figure out what your opponents are giving you and what the game is telling you. I always like to say the game is a living, breathing thing. And look at the way they're situated as well defensively. Zoe Brandon, the shortstop, is way over in the 5-6 hole. So you know that Fieser was going to be at second base coming over to get that throw. Just opens up lanes as well once you put someone in motion to potentially get a hit through the infield as well. Singer-songwriter in Nashville, and she sang the national anthem at the Women's College World Series when she was, I think, 12 or 13 years old, and I was so nervous.
Really?
It is funny, those little things before games. And
Yeah.
you don't think about them until it's like a relative or somebody.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's like, oh my gosh. It's closer to home.
Yeah.
and she also grew up in North Carolina, actually pretty close to where this team's from.
All the connections.
All the connections.
Well, that's the team that Carlin Pickens wanted to play for, was the Carolina Blaze. She was hoping that she was going to get drafted there because of her North Carolina connections. So just so many North Carolina ties to Carlin Pickens, and I know that she loves playing for the Carolina Blaze.
That's awesome.
As we said, Annalyn Clark does look up to Carlin Pickens and Montana Fouts. So far today, first time through the order, she struck out 9 of the 12 batters that she faced. Florida started to feel her out second time through the order. Ousley up in the air, and Maricchio's got it. Little League and ESPN are proud members of the Aspen Institute's Project Play 63 by 30, which focuses on getting 63% of kids playing sports by 2030. You can learn more about what Little League is doing to get kids on the field and all about the ESPN Take Back Sports initiative by visiting littleleague.org/Project Play.
She's doing a better job, Annalyn Clark is, adjusting this inning to this outside pitch. And if she is throwing her curveball on that side, Michelle, you can see how she's finishing that pitch with a little bit, just to try to make sure it gets more to the outer half. And you can tell she's trying to be deliberate with that finish across her body, bringing her hand from her right hip to her left hip to use that curveball against the righties.
Kylie Green getting after it early, hops it into right. Green turning the corner, looking for third base. Kylie Green gets down, and she's going to come home as the ball gets away in the infield. Florida strikes first.
Well, Amanda, we talked about it. We said first mistake is typically going to be a big one and could end up impacting this game. And this ball hit hard to right field, and as it's getting down, this is where you have to try to keep it in front of you, because when it gets past you, you know it's going to be extra bases. And then for North Carolina, the miscue, it was even a double cut coming in. You could see Shortstop and second base, trying that double cut. It gets away from both of them, and it allows Florida to put a run up on the board here in the top of the 5th.
Family loving it. Kylie Green with a triple and then scoring on the error from right field. Annalyn Clark was throwing a no-hitter going into the 4th inning, and second time through the order, Florida has found something. Kaylee Whitlock. Remember, not an elimination game today, but man, a win today is huge because you go right to the semifinals from here if you win.
A little upspin and some swings and misses and chases up in the zone. Put herself back into the count.
Yes, and this is big for Clark to come right back after that play that puts a run up on the board for Florida.
Annalyn Clark comes back with a strikeout, her 11th.
What about Kinsley Godwin, who is hitting right now, that he envisions her being somebody who is just such a strong hitter and strong catcher, envisions her being in the AUSL one day.
She did it again. Yeah. And you can tell she's trying not to move, too.
Yes.
It's always funny when you see that gamesmanship. Sometimes catcher will pound their glove on the inner half and then pop over to the outer half. Just a little bit of trying to play some games with the hitter.
So after she gets the sign, Avery Little will kind of look up at Kinsley Godwin to wait for her to look back. She's just looking at her.
You talk about Kinsley Godwin being such a good athlete. She played high school this year as a 7th grader, played high school softball, and she was first team All-State.
Impressive.
And she had 7 home runs between that high school season and travel ball season. And plus Little League, like combined 7 out of the park home runs for her.
Just staring up at her. We're gonna peek back here. Slow roller to Callie Ousley at 3rd, just overshoots Kaylee Whitlock at first base. Godwin motoring to 2nd. E5 allows Godwin into scoring position.
Wow, a little bit of a overthrow here. The throw's a little bit high. I think Whitlock needs to come off the base, but I'm surprised they don't make the throw here. And you can see that Brandon, the shortstop, was holding her hands up. Big opportunity here for North Carolina.
Tying run at 2nd base with Chloe Braddock at the plate. First pitch just past the shortstop. Godwin gets the go-ahead, coming home to the plate. And avoiding the tag, runner sliding back into 2nd safely. Chloe Braddock, get aggressive. North Carolina has tied it.
Another first pitch hit in this game, and Chloe Braddock, she is a solid hitter, squares one up, and Tormos makes a great throw home, knows exactly what she wants to do with it, but it actually hits Godwin as she is headed towards home plate, and that throw actually a little bit offline more than I thought when it was coming in. Avery Little tries to make a play on it, but it obviously hits the runner coming home, and North Carolina quickly ties up this game with the first pitch hit of their own.
How about the response? You always want your team to come out boxing, swinging when you've given up a run.
That's all we got to worry about. Hey, We just worry about getting the next out, okay? Let's try to get, hey, we got to be back. You two have to communicate for this runner on third. We got to watch top hand, okay? If they do square to bunt, let's get her out at 1, all right? Hey, we're in a cool environment. We're having fun, all right? Smile. Hey, I'm still proud of you no matter what. Keep playing hard. Doesn't matter, all right? Let's go. Let's go get him right now. Let's go get him right now.
Ben Catarazola, excuse me. Brent Fieser, the manager for Florida, talking to his infield.
Love that. Great advice. Hey, we're in a great environment and we're having fun.
Don't forget.
An error and a single have tied up this game in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, I think it's really easy for somebody like Callie Ousley, who made that error to start this inning, just to kind of go inward, kind of blame yourself over at third base. And it's going to be up to her to know that the ball is going to find her again, and for her teammates to give her some love, pick her up. It's a tight game. You start to feel all of that after an error, and you don't want to let your teammates down, but so important for her just to keep moving forward and know the ball is going to find her again.
Braddock at second for Abby Robinson at the plate. Abby Robinson, what a piece of hitting! North Carolina coming on home, and they have the lead!
Wow, that ball was crushed. Look at the way Robinson is going to drop her barrel on this pitch on the inner half. This is not a bad pitch. It is well located, but Robinson just you could hear it off the bat, just rotates, barrels that up, gets it down the line all the way to the fence. Easily going to score. Teammate Braddock from second. North Carolina is on a roll here against Chloe Cheek.
Back-to-back hits after that RBI double to take the lead for the first time today. First time through the order, 1 for 13 with a single. Second time, 3 for 5, scored 2 runs for North Carolina.
She said the player that she wants to meet is Megan Grant. And why she wants to meet her is to talk about her mental approach at the plate. I mean, how detailed of a thing to even write down on your questionnaire in that mental approach at the plate. Yes. She got it. Runner in scoring position, swings early, had the physical side as well, of course.
Scarlett Cerda. Guys, this is the first time that Florida has trailed in its last 4 games. That goes back to the Southeast Regional, span of 18 innings.
First runs they've given up at the World Series.
0 balls, 2 strikes.
And still no outs.
A big opportunity here for North Carolina to really try to create some more separation. I mean, that 1-run lead is always nice, but as a pitcher, we like 3- and 4-run leads.
Yes. We're picky here.
Ball 1 coming into Scarlett Cerda, who doesn't have a hit this week. Does have an RBI, got it Monday against Canada. North
Carolina has been so good with runners scoring position in the World Series, entering this game, hitting just about 400 with runners in scoring position. Another opportunity or 2 or 3 here. The runner at second.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of making adjustments against Chloe Cheek the second time through the lineup.
Scarlett Cerda, up the middle she goes. Another run's gonna try to come home. Safe. North Carolina leads 3-1.
One word and one question for you. How? How did she get to that outside pitch? It's like 2 balls off the plate, and Scarlett Cerda is able to hit it hard right back up the middle of the field. Maybe because it was just a little bit elevated, but my goodness, for your first World Series hit, an RBI to be on that pitch, you were so focused in that moment. This North Carolina offense is just feeding off of each other. Hitting is contagious.
They're 3 for 3 with runners in scoring position in this inning. They're taking a look at the play at second.
Oh, that front foot comes off.
Oh.
That front foot comes off. It doesn't look like the back foot is to the base. The tag is on her. Oh, yes, she could be out.
Oh, yeah. The call in the field was that she was safe.
Yeah.
They say safe after the review.
Shockingly.
Wow.
North Carolina, 13.
Still no outs with Peyton Bustamante up. All 3 of North Carolina's runs coming in this inning.
Be interested to see if Peyton Bustamante has still been keeping this up since regionals, but before regionals she had said she writes 3 personal goals on a post-it before every game, and she tucks that post-it back into her back pocket and reflects on them with her parents afterward. What a mature thing to do.
There's no way I was ever doing that at that age.
And she's one of the youngest on this team, guys. She can play next year.
That's awesome.
And the one thing that I think is missing a little bit from Chloe Cheek in this inning is just stop using her changeup as much. Like to see that pitch. It hasn't, she's been throwing a little bit low, maybe hasn't been as effective as what it was like in her earlier outings at the World Series, but still so important to work that in with how timed up North Carolina is with their harder stuff.
Yeah, and to your point, Amanda, especially important second time through the lineup, right? Because you know what you're hunting as a hitter, and trying to keep hitters off balance is the name of the game and when you're pitching.
Ball and 2 strikes to Bustamante. This inning started with an error, which allowed the first batter to reach, and it's just been a snowball effect as North Carolina has gained momentum, scoring all 3 runs here. Foul ball.
And Peyton is so good with her routine, because after she looks to her third base coach and just kind of communicates with him before she steps into the box, she kind of takes a second with her right foot in the box and kind of looks out into the field, takes a deep breath, gets herself set. You can tell she's very routine oriented, even in this big moment. Look at her right here. Just takes a quick second. That one a little bit faster than the one before, but sticking to her routine in a big moment.
Here we go, Pete. Base hit ball 4, kid.
Bustamante draws the walk. It is 2 on.
Now batting number 12, Bill Cox.
And now Bryn Feeser is actually talking to Chloe Cheek, just giving her, looks like, some advice from her second base position.
Bryn also a pitcher for Florida.
They work really closely together. They train together. Those two are very close.
I wonder, too, if Florida would think to use Bryn Feeser in the circle.
Yeah, give someone else some experience here in the World Series. Tell that Chica's been struggling a little bit with her command in this inning.
And we saw Bryn Feeser got the start against Italy. We've also seen Riley Tolan come in for an inning this week for Florida. Bill Cox at the plate.
Because there's still a chance to get out of this, and you just feel like Florida needs a momentum shift. Yes. I mean, I agree with you guys. I would make a pitching change. I think just to try something different and throw North Carolina off. They're not chasing as much right now. The Florida energy is just a little bit dead. Their fans are a little bit quiet. They're just down by 2 runs. I mean, you don't have anybody out right now, but you have a chance of keeping this game where it's at if you can make some outs here. It's a hot day. You see how flush her cheeks are. It's been a long time, a long inning for her to be out there, and she's really been battling.
In this inning, you can see already 25 pitches. And that's what tells me that she's struggling a little bit. Last at bat as well. Some of the pitches are non-competitive.
Bell Cox just staying composed in there. 2-2 count to Bell Cox.
And based on that last pitch, like the way she released it, I don't know if that was her changeup. If it was a little bit fast and elevated.
2-2.
First out of this inning comes via the strikeout, and one that Chloe Cheek desperately needed.
Well, you got to give it to her. She is battling out there. And look at that little smile after finally being able to record an out and maybe get her back on track, seeing that swing and miss. She is battling her little booty off in the circle right now in this inning.
Still 2 on. Runners on first and second for Emma Riccio with 1 away. She'll get a swing on the first pitch. And Cheek ahead 0-2.
Riccio showing that power slap. Trying to use that to hone in on the ball.
And Chloe Cheek has been working from ahead too in this inning, 7 for 7 first pitch strike, and been working from ahead too. These hitters have just been tough to put away. It tells you how good the North Carolina at-bats have been, that they've just not been easy outs. And that, again, goes back to the response. Florida scored in the top half of the inning, and they said, we're going to come back. We're going to find a way. We're going to be tougher outs.
And again, that's a changeup. To me, that's a little bit fast.
The nerves for parents right now,
It's real.
10 out of 10. Not an elimination game in this one, but a win puts you in the semifinal.
Ball, 2 strikes.
1-2 coming to Emma Riccio.
Just missing a little bit low. Great take by Riccio. Again, I am feeling it for Chloe Cheek in this inning right now with the at-bats that North Carolina has put together, turning this crowd to be most 75% against her. Or for North Carolina, I should say.
They're playing in their home state.
Yeah, and just having a hard time trying to find the out pitch. Been a lot of foul balls this inning.
14 foul balls this inning.
14 foul balls. Yeah, you could just tell she's struggling to have that out pitch to retire hitters. And credit to North Carolina for that.
This will be the 8th pitch to Emma Riccio.
If you're on defense, you got to step up and make a play. It also kind of puts your defense to sleep a little bit, the long at-bats, the lulls. So defensively, you've got to stay on your toes, stay engaged, and know that you have an opportunity for a double play here if the ball is put into play. A couple of different options for one.
Right back at Chloe Cheek. She's going to third to get the lead runner. 2 down.
Good job by Cheek to identify that, get the out at third.
Number 6, the pitcher, Anna Lynn Clark.
Anna Lynn Clark, pitcher versus pitcher. Clark got a single off of Chloe Cheek in the 3rd inning. In fact, that was the first hit of this game for North Carolina.
Backdoor curveball there, newer pitch for Chloe Cheek. She was aggressive with that pitch. Stepped across her body. That pitch started at Anna Lynn Clark and then broke across the inside corner. That pitch had some determination behind it. Anna Lynn Clark has had some serious rest time on a hot day in this long inning. Try to go out and get the final 3 outs in the circle. They're done scoring.
She's the 8th batter to the plate.
It's about to be the 40th pitch that Cheek has thrown in this inning. Anna Lynn Clark fouls it off.
That went off the wall. I'm gonna want that.
Wow. More pitches in the 5th than she had in the 3rd and 4th combined.
Both pitchers were dueling until we got to this 5th inning. That's when all of the runs have been scored. Second time through the order for both teams.
Bryn Fieser is right next to her, constantly talking to her from second base, trying to give her some love in between batters, even going up and talking to her. Gonna be the one that leads. So there she is again. Nobody better. You got this. I'm here for you. And it's exhausting to continue to do that defensively, right, for 42 pitches. But you have to have somebody that you feel like is in your corner, and Bryn Fieser is that person for Cheek.
It hops away from Avery Little. Both runners advance into scoring position.
And to your point, Amanda, this is where, you know, with these long innings do drag on, it starts to affect everybody. Especially the catcher as much as the pitcher.
The runners advancing on that pass ball. Full count to Annalyn Clark. High up in the air, but in the infield. Oh, and Bryn Fieser dropped it. An error scores 2 more for North Carolina.
Number 8, Catherine Utek.
This North Carolina team has just battled and battled and battled this inning.
And they've taken advantage when Florida has had miscues. 2 errors in this inning. Catherine Utek keeps it going.
Gosh, those 2 additional runs are so big, you guys. 2 runs feels like a mountain to climb. Down by 4 runs feels like Mount Everest. Is Utek just is able to be aggressive. Again, first pitch that she sees early in the count, get a swing and put a good barrel to it. And after the error, just more pain there.
Let's get our bats woken up for the 6th inning, and we'll get a shot at it, right? Hey, you did a great job, all right? You did a great job. Hey, we got to help them out. We got to help them out.
And so Florida is going to make a pitching change after North Carolina has scored all 5 runs here in the bottom to second and third. Pass ball.
There's been so many defensive miscues and mistakes in this inning back behind the plate. The inning started out with an error and has been extended with an error. Just been a down inning for Florida.
Yeah.
And a team that came into this game had not allowed any runs through 2 games in the tournament. They had outscored opponents 29-0 and through 7 innings of play. This is about to be the 50th pitch of this inning for the Florida pitching staff. It's a full count to Swearingen from Tolan. 5 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors and a walk this inning. They get 2 walks to load the bases for the bottom of the order in Katie Strupp.
Number 5, Katie Strupp.
Katie Strupp, one of the vocal leaders on this North Carolina team. one of those players that's always smiling, always encouraging her teammates. And they say she brings a big bat to the plate, too. Has some power in the bottom of this order.
Well, North Carolina has been very good with 2 strikes in this inning.
Just gritty is the word that comes to mind in this inning with their at-bats.
We're a team that trailed 3 times in the regional and won all 3 of those games. So this team knows what it's like to come back. Annalyn Clark is going to have to continue to be her best. She has struck out 11.
Well, and it's been 35, 36 minutes since she pitched, so it's been a while, and sometimes you can cool down if you haven't been throwing, keeping yourself warm. So I'm interested to see how she comes out and if she's still able to be as sharp as she was innings 1 through 5.
It'll be 8, 9, and 10 due up in the Florida batting order, starting with Chloe Cheek, who was just lifted from the circle and struck out against Annalyn Clark in the 3rd inning. No team's getting eliminated today, but if you lose today, you've got to play an elimination game tomorrow against Washington. Making the grab is Kinsley Godwin. She's picked off a runner and then makes that big out. Let's check in with Chris.
Courtney, we mentioned that Annalyn Clark has a sister who is watching in Seoul, South Korea, because she's over there for postgraduate. And we got the selfie. It is currently 4:11 a.m. We got the picture from Olivia. Hello. This has been such a thrilling game. There might not be a post-game nap after.
Riley Tolan smacks that ball right to the wall. Well, Olivia's going to be a little nervous halfway around the world right now.
I thought that had a chance to get out of here, which we do not see very often, but we've seen 2 this World Series. I thought this was going to be the 3rd. Tolan, who just entered into this game in relief, goes up, hits early in the count again. So many of these hits in this game have been off of the first pitch of this pitcher's duel, and just out of the reach of Parker Mortensen in left field. That'll give this Florida team and their fans some energy.
Yeah, I love the way she gets to second base and yells at the dugout, "Let's go!"
A double for Riley. I mentioned it, 3 comeback wins in that Southeast Regional. Parker Gorandi up at the plate.
These Florida fans were so loud to start the game. They knew that they were going to be outnumbered during the game, so they really got their energy up pre-game and at the beginning of this game, trying to be their loudest for this team. They're actually louder than the North Carolina fans were pre-game. North Carolina's offense had a lot to do with getting these fans back involved.
Pokes it through to right field. Tolan gets the go-ahead. And they're going to call dead ball because it rolled out into the dugout of North Carolina.
Hey, that's how we fight down. Good job.
And this ball's going to get through that 3-4 hole. And the throw in from right field is going to get away. Gets into the dugout, so opportunity for each runner to advance 60 feet.
Tolan is going to score on the error from right field.
These next two batters are so important because the top of the lineup for Florida is looming. Zoe Brandon, Avery Little, a couple of players who have just been on fire offensively.
They each had hits in their last at-bats in the 4th inning. This is Quinn Marshall.
Nice pitch location. Clark working underneath the hands, gets that sword swing.
Strike 2.
Especially as a slapper, the best thing that she can do right now is put the ball in play. Find the top half of the ball any way you can. Doesn't have to be a power slap. Just put the ball in play any way you can.
Instead, it's a strikeout. 12 strikeouts today for Anna Lynn Clark. And Florida's down to its final out.
Her pitches were moving up in the zone that entire at bat. Another swing and miss underneath.
And she's unflappable, right? A couple of hits given up, a defensive miscue, comes right back, puts up the strikeout. Just such great qualities for a pitcher in the circle to be determined.
Aria Tormos win on the first pitch. It's the bottom of the order. And a last chance for Florida. Foul ball. You can feel the crowd's going to erupt either way.
Yes. Still so much tension.
Tormos taking a deep breath. Clark shuts the door and ends this game.